At over 5,000 square feet, the stately Knap Mansion, located at 412 Caroline Street, has been home to a number of prominent citizens of Ogdensburg. This Italianate-style home was built in the 1860s. Italianate homes are marked by widely overhanging eaves with wide cornices and tall, narrow windows with arches and pediments. This mansion was the home of the Knap and Hasbrouck families. When well-known resident Mary Catherine Hasbrouck died in 1952, the Advance News announced, "The death of Miss Hasbrouck removes the last member of this historic family still living in Ogdensburg." Mary Hasbrouck was the great-granddaughter of Louis Hasbrouck, who was the first clerk of St. Lawrence County and a member of the New York State Senate. Her father, also named Louis Hasbrouck, served as assistant district attorney and was a founder of the Boys Journal newspaper, which later became the Republican Journal. Miss Hasbrouck was a librarian for the Ogdensburg Public Library and an educator. She also served on the Board of Education for many years. Miss Hasbrouck was raised in the Knap House. Built for Mary Averell Knap, widow of Thomas Knap, in 1865, it was the home of several prominent families. Mary Averell Knap became a widow after her husband died of cholera in Pittsburgh. She returned to Ogdensburg to live with her recently widowed brother in 1851, then moved into this home in 1865. Mrs. Knap was the daughter of James Averell, early settler of Ogdensburg, and Lydia Ambler. She raised 5 children, including Emmeline Knap. Mary Averell Knap died in 1897. Daughter Emmeline Knap married Louis Hasbrouck Jr. and resided in the home until her death in 1911. She was one of the founders of the Society of United Helpers, which was an organization that cared for orphans and the elderly. Her husband, Louis Hasbrouck Jr., remained in the house until his death at age 87 in May 1928. Mr. Hasbrouck served on the Board of Education and was active in St. John's Episcopal Church and the Ogdensburg Club. Later residents included Franklin Little and his wife Janet, who moved to Ogdensburg in 1928, purchasing the historic home from the Hasbrouck family. Mr. Little was the owner of the Ogdensburg Republican Journal. Active in the community, Mr. Little served on both the Ogdensburg Public Library Board and the Frederick Remington Museum Board, as well as the A. Barton Hepburn Hospital Board. After Janet Penoyer Little died in 1963, Franklin Little remained in the home until his death in 1975. Later owners included Dr. Jerry Jacobson and his wife Audrey, who was a well-known local artist.